next up is Sun International, which, as we've mentioned, has that very lucrative Grand West Casino in the Cape Metropole, also owns Sun City, and then under its CEO, Graham Stevens, expanded into South America. They bought businesses in Chile, in the Maine. And speaking of the Maine, their core new asset is a place called Menlyn Maine, which I have not yet been to. It's in the Menlyn Pretoria area, and that, of course, has been styled, I think, on Times Square. Is that right?
Well, not exactly.
Have you been there?
I have been there. Been there actually about 2 months ago.
And what does it look like?
It's kind of in the center of Menlyn. You know,
Yes.
it looks like an office block. It doesn't have the impact that Monte Casino has, for example, in the middle of Fourways.
But hang on, so it's behind the Menlyn Mall, which has been there for years and years, and as you kind of go into it, and when you emerge into it, it's like one of those sort of hyper-real internal sort of thing where you feel as though you're in Times Square.
Not exactly. You feel like you're in an office block. There's some restaurants on the side. I'm maybe being a bit unfair here, I must say. But there's a few car dealerships around it as well, so if you win the jackpot at the casino,
what time of the day did you go there? Was it at night?
No, I went during the day. I went at about 2 o'clock or so. The sense that one is used to if you go to, like, for example, the Lost City, when Saul Kersner built that, almost 30 years ago, you were genuinely wowed.
Yeah, you feel like, hell, I've arrived somewhere special. I must get out my best clothes.
Yes, but you don't get that sense in Menlyn Maine, particularly because of the location. It is in the middle of a mini city.
But to be fair, people who like gambling and who lived in Tshwane before had to drive to, Monte Casino in Joburg, or they had to go out to the airport or Tambo, or they drive up to some of these strange places north of Pretoria.
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot more convenient for your regular gambler, if we can call them that. A person that goes to the casino on a regular basis, once a week or whatever. It's an experience that they will enjoy. They also have, so it's an entertainment complex, Menlyn Maine. They have I think an 8,500 seater entertainment venue that's opening next month, actually.
Oh, so it hasn't been used yet.
Hasn't been used
for music
yet.
Concerts and what have you.
And then there's a hotel that's going to be opened next year in February. But if you ask me, Sun International paid close to $4.5 billion for this entire development.
Because remember, they paid money to build it, plus they paid money to get others in the Gauteng area to agree not to contest the granting of the license or the moving of the license because of Carnival City. Yeah. But let's talk valuations. This one is down to a market cap of 5.54 billion rands. It's still on a price-earnings ratio of 23.95 because of a slide in earnings, and it's on a dividend yield of 2.66. Graham Stevens has left. He went to New Zealand. The new CEO, Anthony Leeming, is in a way trying to kind of talk the prospects of the company up a little bit, because there are concerns that it may be approaching its debt covenants and that maybe some sort of a rights issue or another might be required. So it's in a bit of a pickle. Yeah,
I think if you look at the EBITDA number is completely wiped out by the interest on the debt. So it's got 15 billion worth of debt, pays close to 700 or 800 million. For interest on this debt. And it seems to me that they've, excuse the pun, they've bet the whole business, on Menlyn Maine coming right. And the results that we've seen from Menlyn Maine have not so far been great. Okay, they're still building it, and you will have to wait until, the casino settles down and things. But, I think the timing as well may have actually had a negative impact on them.
So that's a worry. Yeah. The South American assets are interesting, though, because Dreams was a business that they put together with another casino called Monticello, which is just outside of Santiago. There they had a problem, I've been there as well, where the national road got moved somehow or something. And so there was a bit of a negative impact, and there was also the introduction of anti-smoking laws. So that's a fairly good business. And that country, Chile, is sort of somewhat similar to South Africa in terms of its sort of pattern of demographic layout and so on and so forth. So potentially a good revenue contributor.
Yeah, but they've had, from the time that they started that casino, initially you mentioned the anti-smoking ban that they have, they've addressed that now by creating, I think, a 4,000-seater smoking casino. Then you spoke about the toll road, that went through, that, had an impact on foot traffic. But they also, there have been a few strikes in Chile as well in the mining sector.
They even had an earthquake.
They had an earthquake as well. So, it's just been a whole lot of bad luck. They've also got operations, I think, in Colombia and Panama, smaller. But still, the South American businesses are not giving the sort of growth that we would have expected.
Okay, we're out of time. So as far as this one is concerned, appears to be in a bit of a pickle right now, as I said earlier. How are you going to call it? Good opportunity or wait and see?
I think, you know, you mentioned rights issue. I think I'd stay not hot on this.
Stay not hot for now. Okay, that is it.